Hello, and welcome to the Vrinda Yarn podcast, YouTube channel. Do you call it a podcast still if it's a video?
I guess we'll find out.
I guess so. Call it what you want. Here we are. My name is Nikki.
I am Jay.
And we are the founders of Vrinda Yarn. Yeah. So since this is our first episode, our first video here, we're going to give a little introduction and talk to you a little bit about who we are. So as I said, my name is Nikki. I have been knitting and kind of obsessed with knitting and spinning and just the fiber arts in general for about 10 years now, almost 10 years. Yeah?
Yeah, about that.
I really love knitting and yarn, and that's kind of been a huge part of my life, and one of the big reasons that we decided to start Vrinda Yarn. And you?
Well, I'm Jay, and I'm the husband here.
The husband?
Yeah, so I was born in Uruguay, in a small town called 33, which in English would be 33. That's the name of the town, believe it or not. It's a small town with 40,000 people, 48,000 people, something like that. And I grew up basically in the country. Beautiful country life. It was really wonderful, really. And as you may know, maybe some of you don't know, Uruguay has a population of about 3 million people, a little more. And we have about 9 million sheep.
Just a few sheep.
Just a few sheep, and then I think we know a couple of things or two about sheep. And so when Nikki decided to actually run a business, and I said, well, we may just look into Uruguay for supply
to source our goods, yeah.
And so that's what basically what got us started.
Yeah. So one of the reasons, let's talk a little bit about more why we chose Uruguay to source our yarn, because it's not only just because you're from Uruguay, which that's kind of a big part of it, that it's coming from your home place, but also one really thing that was important to us was sourcing our materials ethically and sustainably and making sure that we are having a good impact on the world, I guess you could say. So there's a few other interesting facts about Uruguay that maybe you don't know. In Uruguay, it's actually illegal to perform the mulesing operation, which I didn't actually even know about until we started sourcing yarn wholesale as for our business. Did you know about the mulesing operation? Had you heard of this?
No, not in Uruguay. No, it's not a known thing because we don't do it.
Right,
so
I guess it was never.
It was always unknown to me until you told me.
So the operation it's really basically cruel. I don't want to get into the graphic details here, but it's Jay and I both have been vegetarian for over 20 years, for a good maybe 25 years almost. A good portion of our lives have been vegetarian, and so making sure that the animals were treated well and nicely was a that was a big deal for us. So that was really good that the animals are treated humanely, and the wool that we source is treated well. Not only that, the company that processes the wool and that turns it into the carded fiber that we can then spin, all of their prep is run sustainably. They use all of their own water, which is then recycled into their own forest, that they use the wood as fuel to fuel their machines, so it's all very sustainable and kind of self-contained. They use all natural chemicals and ingredients. It's actually organic certified, that part of it is. Anything else about what we're sourcing it? Anything else that we wanted to, that I maybe forgot? No?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple.
Right, and I want to talk a little bit too about why we chose wool. So, as I mentioned, we have been vegetarian for a long time, and mostly plant-based. We eat mostly plant-based, but wool is definitely something that that I care about and promote because it's very natural and sustainable, and it's a lot more eco-friendly than some of the plant-based, or not even plant-based, but synthetic, more like plastic fibers are a lot more taxing on the environment, and wool is very clean. Yeah. And it's warm and nice and cozy, and I love sheep, so. So that's a bit about us. That's Vrinda Yarn. Let's see, I have notes. We're gonna first talk about what we finished, yeah? Do you have any other intro? Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, yeah, I'd like to say that in Uruguay we have a very interesting climate that it makes for wonderful wool. It doesn't get super cold. It doesn't snow. We do get some. What I remember, I've been living here in San Diego in the States for about 18 years.
Yeah.
And and our weather here, we are just pretending we're just wearing all this heavy stuff, but it's not really that cold.
Because we're really very wimpy. I wear all the wool anyway, even though it's like 50, probably 56 degrees outside,
Right,
something
so
like that. It's not cold.
It's not really freezing, but when you live in San Diego and it drops below 75, then you're freezing.
Oh, then you're freezing. Yeah.
But anyhow, so in Uruguay in the winter we get really cold winds coming from the south, from Argentina, and so it gets pretty cold, and then in the summer it's nice and warm. We have the 4 very distinct seasons in Uruguay, and the pastures are wonderful. We get plenty of rain, plenty of sun, and the soil is very rich, and it's just wonderful for agriculture, and so that those conditions really create a wonderful environment for nice wool. So we're very excited about that part.
Yeah, it's a nice place for sheep to grow. I know we've kind of compared some of the merino from Uruguay to merino that we source here more locally,
Yes,
and you can really feel the difference.
It's like day and night to me.
Yeah, it's like a completely different fiber.
It's just the conditions and the pastures, and then another thing too, that animals in Uruguay, they really live an animal life in the sense that they don't live in corrals,
Right.
and
like you said, they have plenty of grass. It's not just out in the
it's a small
dry.
country, but there's a lot of space for animals, so they get to eat good grass and make good
it's a
fibers.
nice space to be. Oh, yeah.
Indeed. It's a beautiful country, by the way, too. So
And hopefully someday we'll go and take some videos for you there.
that would be fantastic. We'd like to go to Uruguay and shoot some on location videos for you guys to see.
All right, so actually, I think we've got them just sitting right here on our lap. Why don't we talk about what we've been working on?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you working on?
So we both have the same project in our laps right now. Actually, this is the Night Shift shawl by Andrea Mowry. I'm sure you've probably, odds are you've most likely seen it. It's been a pretty popular pattern lately. Hold yours up for a second. We started this at the same time.
No. Well, that is not fair because you did the work as much as I did.
I'll get there. But so we started this at the same time, thinking that I would catch up to him. Jay hasn't been knitting quite as long as I have, so odds were that I would get caught up to him. Needless to say, I'm not going to catch up. He's actually binding off right now. So this is his Night Shift shawl. Do you want to talk about this or?
No, this is actually a very fun project. I'm not, like I said, I just started knitting, just, less than a month ago or so?
No, like 2 or 3 months ago.
2 or 3 months? Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to knitting. So this is a project that I recommend. If you haven't, or even if you have been knitting for a while, try this pattern because it's a really fun.
It's really fun.
And you,
it's really fun.
Personally, I can't just put it down because it's just so much fun. And it took me a while to kind of get in the
to the flow of the pattern.
in the flow of the pattern. Yeah. But then once you figured it out, it was like, okay, well, this is really fun. And I like how you mix. You have an opportunity to mix a lot of colors, and that's what I like.
We didn't mention he's an artist. He's a painter and always been quite a very colorful artist. So this is.
So I like colors. I don't like just black and white stuff. So
this is definitely what he's into.
This is more like down my style right here, especially this corner. Not very crazy about the gray background, but anyhow.
It goes nicely together.
Yeah. So this is it's really fun. It's a fun project. You move rather quickly, and then at one point you realize that your rows are really getting long, and then you realize you're not moving as fast as you may want to.
Really long.
But yeah, wonderful pattern. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm gonna miss these colors when I stop working with it. And
do you know the techniques that you learned?
I really don't. I really don't. So you better talk about that.
As I said, he's only started knitting 2 or 3 months ago. He's knit a lot of projects in that 2 or 3 months and learned a lot of things. But I think you don't quite know the names of a lot of the things that you're doing. So the way that the colors are worked in this shawl is called mosaic knitting. I actually didn't even know that until we started this shawl. I didn't know it had a name. It's basically using slipped stitches instead of holding 2 strands at the same time. I had done something like that before, but didn't know that it had a name called mosaic knitting, which is really, really fun when you get into the rhythm of it. It's super fun. You also learn how to make one to do the increases. You did make one, right? And I-cord. So the whole way around both sides of this, around both edges, is an I-cord edging. And then along the bind off, it's an I-cord bind off. So he's learned how to do an I-cord bind off as well, which I think just looks so nice. It's very just even and really nice, beautiful edging to the shawl. It's nice and smooth transition here around the corners too. I really like this. It's nice and clean.
Yes, me too. And then another cool thing about this shawl is like if you flip it around,
even the backside looks nice.
It's just as cool. It's really, I really like. It has so much texture, and of course we haven't walked it or washed it yet. So
he's still binding off.
Yeah.
He's almost done.
But I really like it. It's really pretty. So I'll invite everyone to, if you can,
try this. Yeah.
Try this pattern because it's really wonderful.
So fun.
Thank you, Andrea, for designing such a wonderful shawl.
All right. So we didn't mention this. We're making these on our mantra base, which is what we call for our worsted weight single ply merino. I really love the single ply yarns because they're so soft. You don't get. I love plied yarns too. I love all of them, but with single ply, it's very soft and a little bit drapier than when you have a heavier plied yarn. So this keeps it a little bit lighter and softer. My palette obviously is a lot more
earthy,
down to earth, a lot more like natural and kind of smoother shades. But I like that kind of more subdued. I'm way behind. I got a lot to catch up on. That's okay. One of the reasons that I'm so behind, not just that I'm neglecting my knitting, is not the only reason that I'm so far behind. I've also been working on another project that has kind of taken priority over this one because he's already making one. So I have been working on the Poet sweater pullover pattern. Right now it's on kind of small cables, so it's gonna look like it's a little kid sweater, but it's not for kids. This is the Poet sweater. It's by Sari Nordland from Finland. This was in Line magazine or Lane magazine. It's a beautiful, kind of intricate lace pattern. I might just scoot up to show it closer. It's got really, really nice all over lace pattern on the body, and then the sleeves are just going to be in plain stockinette. This pattern is also lots of fun. This pattern has been quite a joy to knit, but it's definitely, I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. I know.
Indeed.
It definitely kind of requires your attention, and the beginning of it was even a little bit challenging for me to kind of wrap my head around, and the chart was a little bit intimidating at first. It was nice once I sectioned off where I need to focus, because you know, there's different areas for all the different sizes. I really can't wrap my head around how Sari designed this pattern. It's really so intricate, and when I think about the sizing and grading for this pattern, it just blows my mind. She's really a brilliant designer.
Yeah, what are you using there?
So this is, I'm knitting on our Ahimsa base, which is also a single ply. It's so soft. I love the single ply merinos. This is in the lavender colorway, and it's a fingering weight yarn. I don't think I've actually ever finished an adult size fingering weight sweater, so this will be quite an accomplishment. The lace really helps. It's really fun once you get in, again, when you get in the rhythm of it and just kind of flow through the lace. It's really a lot of fun, and that helps it kind of keep it interesting and not realize that you're knitting an adult sweater on fingering weight yarn. It's really super thin yarn. But this has been so much fun.
Yeah, and again, the base is called Ahimsa, which is a Sanskrit word for non-violence. So that's I like that.
Yeah, like that. All of our yarn bases have Sanskrit names, because we've practiced yoga and different things, and so we chose those names because they're meaningful to us. And yeah, Ahimsa. This is our Ahimsa base. Ahimsa meaning non-violence, and it's just a soft fingering weight, nice yarn. I'm very excited about this. I've got these little stitch markers along the side to show my progress, and this was over the weekend, and then this has been this week that I've made this much progress so far, and it's a lot of fun. I'm getting there, you know. It doesn't feel like it's growing so fast, but I really enjoy putting those little stitch markers so you can just see how much progress you make, and it's been a lot of fun. It's growing a lot faster than it feels like, actually. Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited. All right. So next, you want to talk about some things that we finished?
Yeah, we can start with that sweater.
Yeah.
That you wear.
So this sweater is called the soft sweater, and it really is very soft. This is made. Oh, sorry, the sweater, soft sweater. That's really what it's called, soft sweater. It's by Anna and Heidi Pickles from Norway. It's available on Ravelry, and this is knit with our Ananda Super Bulky base. We have some here. It's a very textured, thick and thin single ply yarn. Again, I'll come up a little bit closer so you can. See if it's focusing. I have no idea if you can actually see that.
I just hope so.
Yeah, I hope you can actually see the texture here, because this is just lovely and just soft and fluffy. Ananda again is another Sanskrit word. Right? Yes. Ananda means bliss. Bliss, and it really. Yeah, you feel that whenever you feel the yarn and you just hug it and squish it, and it's so soft. And wearing the sweater is like wearing a cloud. It's really.
So this sweater is made with this.
Yeah, this sweater is made with this yarn. This was your first sweater.
That was my first sweater. Believe it or
This was
not.
your first sweater. And how long did this take you to make?
A few days.
Like a few days.
Yeah.
With this super thick yarn and super
Yeah.
big needles. It
It
was quite fast.
knits super fast, and the pattern is rather simple too. And it's an amazing yarn. It's really,
It's really
one of my favorites, and super incredibly
So nice.
soft. Just very, very soft, and
so soft.
yeah.
Again, the big fluffy parts of this yarn are just so soft and fluffy, and it's delicious.
Yeah, so you can get all the information on these yarns that we have on our website, which is
VrindaYarn.com.
and how do you spell that? A lot of people have
I'll
a
put
hard time.
links. I'll put links
Okay.
for people. I got it. Again, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you can see this, but there it is. There's the website, and again, I'll put a link for you. So this was your first sweater.
Mm-hmm.
When you finished with this, you had to make another sweater, right? Because now you got the hang of it.
Yeah, I like that sweater. It was fun. It was really fun.
So we said this was our Ananda super bulky yarn. It's obviously very, very thick and super bulky. We also have a single ply textured kind of thick and thin yarn that's not so bulky. It's called Ananda Aran. It's because it's more of an Aran weight just based on the yardage. Let's try this one more time and see if you can actually see this. I hope this is focusing. I hope you can see that there. This is our Ananda Aran weight. Again, just textured, single ply, super soft, delicious yarn. And he used this to make the Kuru cardigan, which is also from the Lane magazine. I believe this one is from issue 5, which was their summer issue. Here's the sweater.
And it's really nice. It's got like lots of texture. It's really pretty.
Here's the finished object. It's pretty nice, easy knit. Just a lot of stockinette, and again you learn to do some raglan increases with this. So make lefts and make rights, and twisted rib. You learned twisted rib with this one. Magic loop. At some point, or on one of these, you learned a magic loop. Did you know that?
I don't remember.
You learned magic.
Oh wow, memorization.
But again, let's see if you can pick up the texture. I'm not sure. This is it, and we've got the twisted rib on the cuffs, which is just really nice and so cozy and comfy. Again, it's so comforting to wear this sweater. It's so warm and comfy. It's really nice.
Okay, Nikki, before you go any further, these are the last 3 stitches, and I have no idea what to do.
The last 3 stitches. Just pull the last. Hang on. Just pull the last 2 over the first one. I hope I'm not ruining the pattern the right way.
There we go.
Oh,
Let's see if I
there.
can do this. I feel so clumsy doing this.
Whew. Check mine.
Okay, there we go.
Did you do it?
Yep.
Look at that. You witnessed it.
Okay. Now what?
Now you're done.
Why do you do?
Now
what do
we
you do
block it and I teach you how to weave an ends.
Yeah, but how do you? What do you know? No, there's a million ends to.
Just break it. Just break the yarn.
Yeah, just like that. And that is that.
Pull it.
See you now, cables.
One more finished project. Now you can finish mine.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Well, there we go. It just turned from a whip to an FO right in before your eyes.
And again, it will stretch quite a bit once
Yeah, we're gonna-
we wash it and block it. But there you have it.
There we have it. Whoop, whoop. Lovely.
like this. So, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on my neck
Yeah, just go for it.
with all the ends like
With
this.
all the ends. It's fringe. Yeah, that's it. We can just add fringe all around and you don't have to weave it in the end.
Yeah, I don't. How would you wear this? You can demo. I don't know.
How do you even wear this? Let's see. Take the long end, honey.
Okay.
And then just wrap it around. Voila.
Oh.
Piece of cake.
Ah.
Here.
Okay, let's see. It's like
That's the back side, but it's beautiful, so.
the backside?
Show
Is it the backside? My apologies. Yeah, I like it too. Let's see.
Very nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
Alright,
Thumbs
I'm
up.
gonna keep it on.
Beautiful. So I finished something too. You've been churning out the FOs a lot more than me, that's for sure. But I finished something too. This is also from Lane Magazine. This is the, I don't know how to say it, shawl. Elfriede. Elfriede. I'll link to that also. Shawl. Let's see. This is also, as I mentioned, from Lane Magazine by Shannon Cook, who's from Washington, I believe. We know that this will stretch when we block it because we blocked the heck out of this thing. This is also our mantra worsted weight base. And I didn't think that I would like worsted weight shawls so much. I wasn't quite sure. I really liked the pattern though, and I wanted to try it. And
It's really soft.
I'm really, really pleasantly surprised. I don't know if surprise is the word, but I'm really happy with the results. When we blocked this and it dried and we took it off of the blocking mats, unpinned it and everything, it's just the drape. I don't know if you can get a sense of the drape in the video, but this is just, again, the single ply is so soft, and with the blocking of it, and it's just got such a nice drape to it, and
I love the color too.
I love the color too.
Yeah, the color is really nice. So
It's very warm and comfy. This is the color of the year. Last year.
We'll put it on and see.
This is. I have no mirror to check how I look. I don't know. I'm just gonna wrap it around like old lady style. Here we go.
There you go.
This is fun. I really, really love the fabric of this.
Yeah, I like the
shawl.
drapiness, if that's
Love
a word.
this. As far as modifications go, I didn't mention this at all in any of the other ones either. That's okay. For modifications, I really didn't do any modifications except that I did a few rows less of this border. It was, by the time I got to this border, and it's like almost a foot long already, I was kind of over it. And so I think I ended maybe 6 rows early or something like that.
Yeah.
I figured it was long enough, and I think it is. I don't miss any length here. I think it's plenty. I also forget to mention on this sweater that I'm wearing, on the soft sweater, we added in some waist shaping. The pattern just, has you cast on and go straight up, but we did add in some waist shaping to make it a little more contoured. So you learned that also. You learned how to do decreases for waist shaping.
No, did I?
You've learned so many things. All right, what else? I think that's it. And for my pile of things to show off, that's it for show and tell. Wanted to talk about events.
Yes.
Yes, it's coming up also. Today's Wednesday, January 16th. This Sunday, January 20th, we're going to have a little pop-up at South Park Dry Goods down in San Diego. Just for a day from 12 to 5. You can come see us, see our samples, feel the drape of this yarn. The shawl, the fabric is just amazing. You can try on some of the sweaters if you want. You'll be able to see the fabulousness of this beautiful new finished object for yourself in person. If you can't come to that, we will also the next few days after that be at Yarning for You in San Marcos on January 25th and 26th, which is very exciting. They also have classes those days with Bristol Ivy, which is super exciting, and I think there's still room if you want to sign up for the class. That's really fun. I'm really excited to meet her. I know you don't have any idea, but you're still new to
I'm
it.
excited to meet her, but it's just
It'll be fun to meet somebody new. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun, and we'll have all of our yarns and samples and things there for everybody to check out as well while she's there. And then after that, we'll be at TNNA. I will be at TNNA in Portland at the Winter Show in Portland on January. Well, actually, it's February 1st through 4th. They say January 31st, but that's just a setup day. So February 1st through 4th for the. If you're not aware, TNNA, it's the National Needle Arts Association, something like that. TNNA, it's the industry wholesale show. So it's for, different shops or businesses, anybody who's in the needle arts industry in general. So it's also sewing and needle crafting and things like that. I'm really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun.
Lots of opportunities waiting.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
It'll be great to meet some people, make some connections, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that. And then after TNNA, starting in February, we're going to be looking at booking up some more trunk shows or yarn tastings and things like that, or just kind of getting out, traveling around a bit and getting our yarn so that you guys can see it and check it out. If you would like us to come to your local yarn store and see our stuff in person, just let us know, or let your local yarn store know to contact us. Again, Nikki@vrindayarn.com is my email. I'll put that below as well. They're welcome to get in touch with us, either email or Instagram. We're on Instagram, pretty active there. You can message us there as well at Vrinda Yarn. And we're looking forward to traveling around and visiting with lots of you and showing you our yarn. Yeah.
Indeed.
Any other thoughts to share before we sign off for the day?
Well, we're very excited about this project that we have in hand, and literally, because it is it's, I call it almost like a lost art, if you will, because nowadays everybody's just used to just buying pre-made stuff, and like the art of just making things with your own hands and teaching others how to do it. I think it should be encouraged, and it should be shared, and that's what we are into this now. And Nick has been into this for quite some time. It's new to me in a way, but it's just the beauty of an old tradition that hopefully won't go away, and like many other things that like being able to carve a piece of wood with your own hands and using very simple tools, and it's something that it's just I find it very remarkable. And so
growing your own food,
making the world a better place to live for ourselves, for our kids, and generations after. We all need to, our humble perspective of things, make a positive impact on things, and really be good examples of good human beings. So our kids can learn. We have 3 kids, beautiful kids. Our oldest is Radha, and she's 15 and a half. We have an 11-year-old, her name is Tulsi, and we have an 8-year-old boy. His name is Sean. And we're wonderful kids. We've been blessed to have such a beautiful souls in our at our care. That's, yeah. And so we teach them the things. You know, we want our kids to learn as much as possible. So we're very excited about getting out there and meeting people, meeting you out there. So if you see us somehow, reach us out.
Yeah. Come and say hi.
Come and say hi. We don't bite. We are almost vegan, so.
Yeah. No worries about that. But yeah, we're very excited to be part of this community, to be sharing this love of the craft with all of you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for sticking through and watching us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.